Hello and welcome. I am A.M. Snyder from Snyder's Sunshine Art Studio, where creativity shines. With over 20 years of public school teaching experience, I bring step-by-step art instructions and ready-to-use art lessons to spark creativity in students and offer art teachers a much-needed reprieve. Let's create something wonderful together. Hello, it is A.M. Snyder from Snyder's Sunshine Art Studio, here to shine some creativity into your world with the rainbow of color, lots of color. We are going to draw a clover, and then we're going to add a rainbow of color inside the clover, and we're going to use crayon, pencil, and watercolor. So grab your supplies and follow along with me. First off, we are going to start with our heart shape right up here. And it's not going to have a point. It will not have a point at the bottom. So as I curve it around, okay, I like to say if I turn the paper, it looks like the number 3. Okay, so if I keep the paper upright and I draw over here, it's going to look like the number 3 to start our clover. And then I'm going to turn it this way. And again, we have the number 3. Now I'm going to combine them with a little curvy line, curve, curve, and around. And then I'm going to add its stem. There we go. Now I'm going to grab a Sharpie and I'm going to outline it because I know that it will look cleaner for what we're doing. Draw around. Again, number 3, number 3, turn the paper, number 3. And then we can erase those pencil lines just to get them out of the way. I get my drafting brush and scoot all that eraser out of the way. Goodbye eraser. And now we need to have 7 spaces. So we're going to draw 6 lines. If I have this correct, A.M. Snyder needs to make sure she counts correctly. So I'm going to draw close to the edge. And I'm going to draw 6 lines. Let's see if my calculation is correct. 6 lines for 7 spaces. Alright, so that's 1, this is 2. This is 3. Ooh, it's getting really close. I have to really work it. Of course, if I would have drawn this on a bigger piece of paper, I may not have the squishiness. So beware the size of paper you have. This is 4. I don't know. What's going to come of it? This is 5. 6. We're going to go with it. It's kind of psychedelic, yes. Let's bring it closer to the camera. There you go. You see what I did there? All right. Now I'm going to color it. I have to make a choice. Am I going to start with the red on the inside or the red on the outside? I think I'm going to start with the red on the outside. Ooh. Yeah, let's do it. I was thinking of the stem being red. Maybe I should have made the stem green. And then started here with the red. I'll have to do it again. And then I'll put it at the beginning of our video or at the end just so you can see the difference. And I'm going to color very carefully here because it's very narrow. It's very narrow. Now, I didn't have to draw those lines, by the way. I could have just colored around with the crayons. Just alternate the colors here and go around and around. But the lines do give guidance to what we were about to do. Okay. I'm going to peel the paper off of my red here so that I can get a stronger layer of color. That looks better. Okay, now after that is orange and the rainbow of color. It's fascinating the difference in how the crayon lays down. The first one was Rose Art. No, it's Crazy Art. And it was, it's not smooth. Now I have Prang and it's going on so much smoother. And Snyder has several different kinds of brands of crayons here because I like to play around with them and I like talking about them and how they are different. And I kept wanting to know what Prang felt like because I always used Crayola, and I knew Rose Art and Crazy Art crayons were what they are. I mean, they're very inexpensive crayons. So therefore you get the quality of an inexpensive crayon, just like you can see with the red here. The Prang that I'm using with the orange is so much smoother. It actually, if I really want to, I can push the crayon into almost every crevice of the paper's teeth there. Unlike the red, where I had to work a little harder and I still didn't fully fill in the tooth of the paper. I'm not working as hard as I with the orange as I was with the red. So if I go back over here, it's more difficult to get that. It's like the crayon already has a texture on the paper, which I'm fighting against. It's very strange. And that was Crazy Art. So now we're going to use yellow, and it is a Prang, so it should work a little nicer. Again, I have to take the paper off or else it's not going to work as well. So now you might be thinking, shamrocks and clovers are not rainbow colored. That is true. But March is St. Patrick's Day, and for some reason there's a connection between rainbows and pots of gold and the green clovers. So that's why I'm doing it. And we're going to add our green. This is a Crazy Art. I'm going to see if I have a different brand over here. Alright, I have my Prang here. And we're trying to go in the order of the rainbow. Okay, so now we're going to get blue. This blue is broken, unfortunately. So I'm going to take some of the paper off of it. And then we have a different blue to indicate that indigo color. And then purple. Okay, so we have our rainbow clover. Get all this out of the way. And I am going to get my brush again with the hope that it'll take away some of the crayon shavings there. I'm going to get my Sharpie and I'm going to frame this up by drawing around it. And now I'm just repeating some kind of design. Use polka dots or wavy lines or curvy lines. Dot. Oh, you know what? I wanted to frame it up. I did say that earlier, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to add this rectangle square. Let's see what it turns out to be. There we go. And now I'm going to watercolor. Going into the whole crayon resist, I color that. I have a crayon that states that it's blue-green. I don't know about you if it's blue-green or not. Maybe, yeah. Looks more blue than green. Alright, I'm going to use green, and I'm going to watercolor the clover. And then I'm going to go over all the rainbow too. And it's going to make it look kind of glossy. So this could be done on a half sheet of paper that's folded in half, and then you can make yourself a little greeting card. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Wishing you luck on this special day. May you be blessed. And then the blue back here, I'm going to put purple over it to create a little bit of contrast. And because I'm doing it over the crayon, we call that a crayon resist. So in essence, the paint is filling in all of the white areas that the crayon has not been pushed down to or into the paper. Be careful not to touch that green so that the purple and green do not blend into each other. Okay, And I kind of want to do something else with this straight edge here. I think I just want to add more. Yes. Yes, I think that's a great idea. There we are. We have our rainbow clover. And until next time, keep shining creativity wherever you go.